city streets from like back in the day, photos of the same intersection, and then it shows it today. And what really stands out in the picture is a lot of pedestrians out and people out in different areas, outdoor seating and things. And then it shows what it looks like today. That's the theme, you know, anyway. And there's a bunch of examples of just that movement through time and how that's been what's happening. And you look back at these old photos from the 50s and 60s and 70s or 20s, and it's hard not to go, you know, to think to yourself, it looked a lot cooler then. It looked a lot more fun to go check out and be in, and maybe even be around each other, when it looks like something that's actually conducive and it isn't just a 5-lane boulevard with a parking lot, you know, whatever. And because look, when people actually spend money on infrastructure and make something cool, because this is something that they obviously did here, like, but instead of our taxpayer dollars being used for something else, but like, this is what we could do more of, this kind of thing in cities, instead of having to rely on some, you know, mixture of businesses all pitching in. That's really cool. They do it here like that too. Not to knock that, but like, it's kind of unfortunate that you see some of the most, I mean, come on, look at this. I mean, there's parks, there's city parks that look really nice too, like this, but like, you know, our infrastructure, it's an obvious point on the one hand, but it's also just like, it's real shit. And we want to talk about a society going, we're evolving, everything's better. Look, technology, the new thing, the new this, the new that. It's hard to look at that and say that's a progress of, it's a more maximization of efficiency. It's a more maximization of a giant fucking parking lot and a giant fucking building and just compartmentalization and efficiency. I guess that's evolved. Yeah, that's expanded and evolved, but I think I made the point. I don't think that's the fucking purpose of life, is just to be efficient only. You can be a part of it, but in a lot of ways, there's things you can look at to their progress. There are things where it's our social awareness with each other, in a lot of ways our respect for each other. In some ways, the awareness of that has grown. In some ways, it does look like people have a long ways to go with respecting each other more. And like, but like, I do see a lot of positives, even legally, and civil rights and things, and people can get married now that didn't used to be able to. And, you know, you can point to some, the decriminalization of psychedelics, like we were talking about, marijuana, and we know who to thank for that. And those people are us in ballot initiatives and doing that. But the boulevard shit and like all of our public infrastructure, and just that we have so much fewer options that are nice to be around each other, and the things like, yeah, it's just bars and what much else. That's why the musical parks and those kind of ideas are on the board. It's interesting coming to a place like this and just notice the difference of how a space can look with a little effort, you know. Probably not an extraordinary amount of effort. I mean, look at this. This is mostly just relying on nature anyway. You don't have to build a boulevard. Just let the ducks be there. You know, you can just let the grass be there. You can put up a little fence that's like whatever. And I get it. You're not going to drive a semi-truck through here and make a fucking 400,000 pound delivery either. So yeah, there's some limitations to it. It's not the most maximally efficient thing ever, but check those ducks out. Check those ducks out. Let's get a shot of those ducks. I mean, come on. Enjoying the ducks, enjoying nature, enjoying life. That's what I do think it's about, you know? It's awesome. There's so much to enjoy. And it's nice to see ducks out here and not animals in a fucking zoo or in a cage, you know? Just go come to them, or foster an environment that they want to come to you, you know? That's cool. I don't have a problem with this. This isn't on the is this okay side. I think this is okay. The ducks can fly away anytime they want, and there's just a nice habitat provided for them, and now people can come up and look. You don't need to put them in a fucking cage. But anyway, this is positive, and I'll keep it that way, but we're in the prune yard zone. You know what that means?